Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and soon enough, all of us XRP holders who feel so inclined will be able to claim free Spark tokens. I'm going to go ahead and assume for the purposes of this video that the vast majority, or 100% ideally, people listening already know the gist of what's going on with Flare Network and the Spark token, but this is a quick blurb in case you don't. If you're an XRP holder, just know this. There's a new network called Flare Network that is bringing smart contract capability to XRP. It's a utility fork of the XRP ledger, and there is a native asset on this new blockchain, and it is the Spark token. And XRP holders are entitled to claim free Spark tokens. For every XRP you own, you can get at least one free Spark token. And so there could be numerous use cases go along with this, which is not going to really be the focus of this video. It's more like, okay, so we're getting this free token. As I record this today, the Spark token is worth $0. Has not even been distributed. It's not tradable anywhere. So what's it going to look like in the future? Well, I have shared in the past, and I still believe this firmly, that I'll say it like this. It's like a virtual certainty that this coin is going to be worth something. It's going to be traded on probably a ton of different cryptocurrency exchanges, and people are going to speculate. And if you're an XRP holder, you get it before anybody else if you choose to claim it. So before we go any further, though, if you would please delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And also, if you are a fan of getting free Spark tokens, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because I do feel the same way. You'll be in good company, I can guarantee you of that. Now, look, I don't make price predictions, and I want to be clear, I don't have a financial background. I am not offering financial advice of any kind, so don't buy or sell anything because of me. I'm just, like, I make these videos because it's fun to talk about this stuff and make YouTube videos. It's a hobby, it's really fun, and I love engaging with my fellow XRP community members, but that is all that it is. And so, here's what I think about this. I don't know how much Spark is ultimately going to be worth, but it would be insane to me, for reasons I've articulated recently that I don't really want to rehash again in this video. It would be insane to me if it weren't ultimately traded on a number of different cryptocurrency exchanges. And it's so cool to me that we, as XRP holders, get to have Spark first. If you're not an XRP holder and you want Spark, once it's on the market, the only way to get it is to buy it from an XRP holder, or maybe they'll be nice and gift you some, but that's highly unlikely. But that's the only way to get it. And so I don't know what humans will decide a Spark token to be worth. No idea. But consider this. XRP on speculation alone went from 20-something cents to almost $4. And that happened with a max supply of 100 billion. There are only 45 billion of this token. Now, you can also consider, okay, so that's obviously substantially less than the XRP in total in existence, so you might start to think, well, if that's the case, supply and demand, all other things being equal, the Spark token should be able, in theory, to enjoy the same sort of price action. Maybe, but there's actually a lot more to it. Not that I'm going to make an exhaustive list of things to consider in this video, but it also does come down to how much of that Spark is available for sale on the open market. How much of the XRP token is available for sale in the open market? And because when you're talking about the price of XRP, I do believe that people, like I'm considering this, I don't know to what degree it affects me, but it has to be. I'm aware of the max supply of XRP, and so is everybody else. Unless you're an idiot investor that hasn't done research, you know that there's a max supply of 100 billion XRP, right? And so with Spark, we it's the same case here. But what's actually in circulation? Well, over half of that supply is not in circulation. At least it's considered to not be in circulation. Because Ripple has a bunch of it in escrow. And so, does that put it on par with XRP? Well, again, there's more things to consider. But even so, even if it's way off by a factor of, 1 or 2 or 3, whatever it may be, think about what might happen when the next parabolic rally happens in the world of crypto. What might that actually functionally look like? Because again, if XRP could go from 20-something cents to almost $4 in a matter of weeks, what could the Spark token do? And it's fun thinking with like Spark's worth $0 right now, and so it's going to take almost nothing to make it have a substantially higher value than it does now. Because again, it's $0 right now, just like XRP used to be worth $0. Go back 8 years in time, XRP was worth $0, and now as I record this, it's worth over 25 cents. And so you're going to see something happen with Spark. And so when the next parabolic move up happens with this asset class, which I suspect Bitcoin is going to lead, I don't have any reason not to believe that. I think that every altcoin is going to react to some degree. I think many are going to go parabolic again. There's no indication that humans are acting substantially different than they were a few years back. Of course, there are market differences. ICOs aren't as big now. DeFi is a bigger thing. There's all sorts of stuff. And again, not trying to make it some sort of exhaustive list of the things to consider when thinking through this from a logical perspective. I'm just trying to get the idea across that when a parabolic rally happens, I believe that Spark will, way more likely than not, have its own parabolic move. I just don't know what it's going to look like. And I don't know when it's going to happen. And I don't even know for sure it's going to happen. But if I had to guess, I'd say yes, and I feel pretty strongly about that. I do. I feel rather strongly about that. And so you get to this poll question from community member Galgatron. He put this out just a couple days or so ago, and he wrote, after the Spark airdrop completes and later becomes available for trading at whatever price the market decides it's worth, how many of you plan to dump most or all of your Spark? And so there are three options. Dumping, so I mean, yes, I'm going to do it. HODLing, meaning I'm going to hold this, so no. Or just show me the results. Which is a good idea, because some people that just want to see the answer, they'll click on one of those, and then it can kind of skew your results more than you would like. And so this way, just people that don't want to participate, you give them a way out. And 4,433 people voted on this. And so the number of people that are going to dump pretty much immediately all or almost all of their tokens, 12.9%. Who's going to HODL? Who's going to hold their tokens much longer than that? 61.3%. And then as far as people just want to see the answer, 25.8%. So vast majority of us XRP holders want to hold Spark tokens to see what happens. I'm among those. In fact, for me, like with XRP, I joke, if I'm wrong about XRP, I joke that I will ride this bitch to zero. And I do mean that. Like, I will ride it to zero, or I'm going to ride it to wherever it is worth, hopefully way more in the future. In this case, when it comes to Spark token, I will happily ride that bitch to zero because it's starting at zero for me. So I'll be at parity. So the way I look at it, I'm like, well, okay. Once it has clear parabolic price action to the upside, that's when I'll start to consider unloading some of my Spark tokens. But outside of that, no, I'm just going to hold it because I don't care. I'm not going to get impatient and be like, oh, it's worth a penny or two or three or whatever the hell, and then just sell it. And no, I will not be one of those people. I am going to hold. I am Mr. Patient. I don't need the money. What the hell would I do with it? I just want to invest in things that I think are going to appreciate substantially. So there we go. And it's all speculative. I got that. And so there was a bunch of community response to this. Frecky, XRP community member, wrote the following. Depends the price I see in relation to my retirement goals. If the price starts low, which I would think it will, won't take much volume to spike it. And that's exactly what I've been saying. Like, Frecky's absolutely nailing that. And he then wrote, if that's the case, I may sell it for large profit. For retirement, and keep the XRP instead and increase my XRP price points. Then he writes, it could potentially cover all my initial investments, easily with additional multiple, since I own so much XRP, but who knows, either way will be exciting just getting it. And that's why I just think about this. What if your Spark tokens actually did go to $1 or $2 or $3 or $4? Like, what if during the next run up for XRP, we see it go to, who knows, what if some of the analysts are right and they're talking about $10, $20, $30 XRP? What if you have that, and then what if, in addition to that, Spark does something, even if it's not on that level, like what if it goes to $1 or $2 or $3 or $4 on top of whatever you have for XRP? And again, I don't pretend to know if that's going to happen. None of it's financial advice. It's just interesting to think through, because I do believe it's going to do something. I believe people will speculate on it, and it's going to be worth, in my humble opinion, my fun little guess would be that it'll be worth a lot more than it is now, because right now it's worth zero, right? So we shall see the way that this pans out here. And then moving down here, I think I wanted to cover this. Yeah, okay. Somebody named XRP Believer wrote, how is this a question when we don't even know what it is or how it's going to be used, regardless of what is the price? Galgatron responded, we do, though. And he's right. We do know what it's going to be used for. Smart contracts. That's part of it in a nutshell. XRP Believer then wrote, let's use XRP for example. We didn't know they were going to offer lending until this past week, and XRP has been around for 8 years, so to say we know all the use cases for Spark would be naive. I wouldn't call that a use case, though. That's just a new way in which it's getting out into the wild. We understand, we have for years, how Ripple is positioning XRP to be used as a bridge currency. But even when XRP was created, fine, fair enough, we didn't know that. And there will be new use cases around XRP, I suspect, that they don't exist today. And that's fair enough, too, here. But we understand the general concept of what Flare Networks is going for here. And so Galgatron responded, and talking about what Spark is, the Spark token. It's the gas for the Flare network. It's irrelevant that we don't know all the use cases. What's relevant is that it works for all the same use cases that Ethereum works, or ETH rather, works for Ethereum. And XRP believer then writes, will you sell? To which Galgatron responds, I don't discuss my trading activity. And I'll tell you, and I don't blame him one bit. He deserves to be as private as he wants to be. And so that's like, for me, I'm never going to tell you how much of any particular cryptocurrency that I own. I'll be transparent to a degree, though. And so when I do finally sell XRP one day, I do have every intention of just mentioning it at least once on my channel. I haven't to this point. Because I am Mr. Patient, I am Mr. Long-Term when it comes to all of this stuff. But yeah, one day when I do, and I'll same with Spark tokens, I can't think, unless I think of a reason where it wouldn't be safe or whatever, or I decide to change my mind, I just want to be more private. But at the moment I'm recording this, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to sell, I'll share it with you. I'm just going to tell you how much. And I will share this, I have no intention of ever selling all of my XRP. I can't imagine, because I have too much fun tracking it. And that's one reason. And I mean, unless the fundamentals change in such a way that I'm like, oh no, this is not any longer going to go well. Okay, fine. I have the right to change my opinion, but if there's general continued adoption in a world like that, I just can't imagine ever wanting to sell all of my XRP. But we'll see. That's it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time. To the moon, Lambo!